who was the last person you made happy, and what did you do? What did you do to do it? Okay.
Huh.
Yep. That's it.
Right. So I'm meeting one of my best friends. So I'm from Argentina. I'm meeting one of my best friends who he's also from there. He's living in Vancouver right now. We are meeting each other in a few weeks in London. And as a surprise, we are a group of 3 friends. I was like secretly trying to pull honor of like the third friend from Madrid. So we are gonna see each other. So he was really happy about that. I'm also really happy. Yeah.
That's cool. What situation is sure to make you cry?
Cry. Huh.
Yeah. He's like, huh? That's an emotion I've never felt.
Probably any movie that has dogs and they die like that. Yeah, I can. Yeah,
well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So sometimes, my fiance, usually will cry at any movie that has a dog in it. And sometimes when you're watching horror movies, especially, you got to be like, if there's a dog in it, you got to be very careful. You're like, what's going to happen to this dog? You got to pay attention. You're like,
Does the dog die?
Yeah. Yeah, always. All right, so question number 3. What's the most recent interesting conversation that you've had?
There's one, but I cannot say that one because it's work related and it's actually disgusting. Not in a good way. It's not sexual or anything like that.
If you want to allude to it.
Yeah,
now we're interested.
No, we can talk off camera about that one if you want.
I just work here.
Oh, you said really interesting, right? Did you say really interesting or okay?
Yeah, the most interesting.
Yeah, it was like the last, most recent, interesting conversation that you had.
Yeah, that's a hard one, motherfucker. Yeah, to be honest, I cannot think. I think it wasn't long ago. I was in a pub talking with an old man. He was telling me stories from his old times. But I cannot recall. I was probably pretty drunk back then. But that that felt like a meaningful time. So maybe that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Okay. All right, so next 3, we're gonna go with Tibor. What's the last thing that you broke, and how did it happen?
My earphones. My not AirPods, but the JBL ones, and I threw them in the washing machine, and they actually worked, but not really for a long time. The battery was broken, and they work only 10 minutes, and then they get off. They get turned off.
I've been there. I had some that I left in my pocket
for
before,
the first time
and
for me.
Yeah.
One day we can wash our tech. One day.
I do that. One day. All right. Do you have a special project you're currently working on?
Yeah, Horde Lord, and I'm also working on I have a lot of things that I have to handle in my own life, in personal life. They eat a lot of my time, a big part, but also I have a couple of small ideas for mini games, and I try to write them down and maybe try to code a prototype in Game Maker or something like that. And I'm also reading a lot of Stoicism, and I do some notes, and I try to come up with a couple of quotes that are important for myself. Basically, yeah, something like that, maybe.
Do you think you were ever part of the popular crowd?
Like in school?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, probably, yeah, but I was always they called me. Actually, today I got called by my friend. He said you have that I have one side of a personality that is really a dominant and fighter since I do MMA, BJJ, etc. But
yeah,
I'm also still a poet and a philosopher. he gave me such a compliment, basically, that I
Right.
have like so I was part of the popular crowd in school where we were like fighting a lot, and it was all about the male dominance, etc. But I was also the nerdy kid and the guy who was in the library behind the computer and coding stuff in basic. And then when my 15 minutes were gone, then other kids were playing on the computer. So, and I was playing with them, so I was always a part of the popular crowd, but always somehow like a little outsider outside of the group. So yeah, but so yeah.
So what you're saying is you're a
Okay.
Renaissance man.
Maybe. maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Stop it.
Oh my god.
Oh, you meant like this type of Renaissance man? No, that's not me. Yeah. I'm pretty boring in this. I'm pretty vanilla.
Alrighty. So, for Osric, what recent situation was nearly a disaster, but you were able to prevent
um.
it?
Oh my goodness. Well, my game came out. I mean that could have been a disaster, and I mean maybe it was. I don't know. It didn't sell that well, but I mean people seem to mostly like it, so take that for what you will. So yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's something I could say, but like, I mean, like releasing a game in general is always a massive headache. Not that I have much experience with that, but I'm told that. And it was for me. So for all intents and purposes, it went okay. I was stomachable, so.
Nice.
What's the best thing that can happen in the first 5 minutes after waking up?
First of all, I get out of bed. That's a pretty big one because that doesn't always happen.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but
I mean, I mean, like, here's the thing. I find when I wake up in the morning, if I manage to get up early enough, I'm so much more productive in my day.
Yeah.
Like the thing for me, I find is like whenever I sleep in more, like my day always goes worse and it's always less productive than it is if I get up early. So if I manage to get up early, that's probably a sign it's going to be a pretty decent day. But beyond that, like having following from there, like just trying to think. Beyond just waking up, I enjoy I read my Bible every morning. Have a time set aside for prayer. Just being able to spend that time with the Lord in the morning is I always find that as well leads to like it kind of tempers the mood of the rest of the day. And the times when I neglect that, those days are almost always worse.
Very nice. Is it a Orthodox cross you've got on?
It is indeed. I am a Protestant stinker, but I recently visited an Orthodox church, and I love Eastern Orthodoxy. And they kind of explained to me why the cross they have it as it's depicted is a little bit different from the way Protestants and Roman Catholics depict it. And I was just like, I love the way they explain it. In particular, the bottom bar is basically it's the board that Christ's feet would have been nailed to. And they depict it as tilted up on the right hand toward the thief on the cross who asked Christ to remember him in his kingdom, and down toward the thief who rejected Christ, effectively symbolizing the way of life and the way of death, which that really stuck with me, and I was like, I like that.
Pretty good.
yeah, it is. So what is your close call story?
Close call story. Ooh. I mean, honestly, I could just tell the story of like what happened in the lead up to the release. Like we had Markey, we brought on Michael Markey to do our sound. He had done the sound and music for the game's first chapter. He had done the sound for the game's second chapter, and he had to depart because he was working the 3D realms at the time.
Marky is
So he
awesome,
couldn't. Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. But during he had to depart during the game's second chapter and couldn't do the music on the game's second chapter. And we brought him back to do the sound on the game's third chapter because he unfortunately was let go from 3D Realms. And in the wake of that, just like life hit him like a brick. He lives in California, and there were the wildfires in California. There was just like it felt like everything hit him which way, and that meant none of the sound on the game was getting done, and we were like a month out from release. And we had like 100+ sounds that we needed between enemy types, between stuff we needed for the levels, ambient stuff, like just the whole smorgasbord of sounds, which is going to be completely missing from the game's final chapter. And so we put out a call basically saying, hey, like, it looks like we're probably not going to have most of the sound, even story-related sound, coming down to voice acting and dialogue was going to be missing from the game's final chapter and the cutscenes and whatnot. And so after putting that out, we had a ton of people reach out to us and kind of help us get the sound done. Like I said, Jason was really instrumental in that. But there was like a good 4 or 5 people who came on board and helped us. And in our credits, I think this entire section that like as we're listing like the people who helped us out with sounds, like we have a special note next to everyone who reached out and helped us with that. And that was a huge answer to prayer. Just like because that was like so stress inducing. It hurt so much to put that video out, and because I was just like, I don't want to be dishonest with people and tell people that we're releasing a finished game, because whether I like it or not, it's coming out. Like there's nothing I can do about that. And so like that was like, yeah, like the Lord was working in the midst of that situation and provided so wonderfully. Again, like a massive thank you to Jason. And I think there was, who else helped us out with that? I want to shout them out real quick because they were such a blessing. There was
I think we put it in the server so that
yes. So there's Mothership Loudspeakers who's working on Texanoplasm. There was a friend of ours on the Discord named Matowar. He helped us out with a sound or two. There was, what's his name? He made Relentless Frontier. Krzodin. Krzodin was a massive help.
Yeah.
And there's probably 1 or 2 others. I'm not going to be able to remember what their names were. Degnabbit. But yeah, like all the people who helped us out with that were such a massive blessing. I can't thank them enough. Yeah.
It's good when people get together because everyone thinks you're in competition with each other, but behind the scenes you're often supportive of each other. Yeah.